plays Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball on karaoke. It was pretty insane.
It was. All right, so knife fight underway, and it is a very quick 4-on-2 for BOXR. And they're just going to clean it up very nonchalantly. So it seems no crazy strat, no crazy engagement, just knife fights and knife fights. And well, interestingly enough, they are going to be opting to start on. On T side. They're going to switch with the console command.
Yes.
How do you feel about that play? I mean, we talked about how this is one of the easier T-side maps as far as T-side maps go. I mean, clearly they feel confident in their terror side if they're picking it.
I like this a lot better. I would generally I like to go with my stronger side first, preferably, so I can stack up as many rounds as I can on my easy side to give me a little bit more leeway on my harder side. That's just what I like to do. It's always been that way with teams I've been on. So
that's like an age-old Counter-Strike question. Like there is no right answer for it, but everyone else has like their own philosophies on it.
Whatever works best for you and your team, basically.
Right. Yeah, and maybe they've just been practicing terrorist a lot. Maybe they have their terrorist down pat. Maybe they just want to get in there, do what they do, get nasty with it.
Yes, but round 1 is about to start. We are underway. This is CEVO Season 4 Open Playoffs, lower bracket, round of 10. Going live now. CT side is going to be RaZe 3D. On T side, as you can see by the name, that is going to be BOXR's, and RaZe actually peeking out. That is going to be RaZe from RaZe 3D. Peeking out off the catwalk with an early push there, rocking the 5-7, gets a nice little early dink on Launders, and is able to take him down with a nade. So initial kill is going to go right into RaZe 3D, and that definitely gives them the advantage on pistol side.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, oh man, Zeno hitting a great shot to even it up. That is like exactly what you want to not have happen on your pistol round, especially as a terrorist. Your main advantage is the firepower advantage that the Glocks have over the USPs, especially from close and mid range. So you want to have as many guns as you can to make a take happen. And it seems like after Zeno was able to even it up, the rest of the BOXR team was able to bring it back with him.
Yeah, they were able to swing that back around to A and get 2 kills, get the entry, work it in, plant the bomb, so they get that bomb plant, which is going to make this a round a success no matter what. Of course, they would like to capture the win here, but even if they lose this out and RaZe 3D is able to capture it and get the round, and Neon with a nice nade there, taking down Eon. Neon taking down Eon. Here comes the push from the CTs. Not much time left. They have to hurry, and they're not able to get the 1 versus 3. Zeno gets a 2K, and Mago? Is it Mago? Gets a 2K also?
Yeah, we'll go Mago. I can agree on that.
And who is Zeno actually?
Zeno. That's his username.
Oh, he's actually Zeno. It's not just trying to troll you.
No, that is actually his username. My team is also named Zeno, for people in the chat who are not familiar. Pure coincidence, as far as I know, at least. And BOXR did a good job of bringing that round back. RaZe put them at a very quick deficit using that round 1 5-7 extremely effectively, and the nade to follow up. I forgot about that. But BOXR wasn't deterred. They stuck to their strat. They executed well. And they put together their shots when they needed to. I mean, that's as good as you can ask for on a T-side play, especially when you're put at that instant disadvantage.
Yeah, I know people are trying to say it's silly not knowing the names. You got to remember, guys.
They change names on us
all
constantly.
The time.
Oh my God, I can never trust them. As far as I know, that's not even. He won't even end the game with that same username.
Yeah, it's tough. And remember, we also do a lot of professional games. Open is not really our forte anymore, so I don't know any of these players. So they're all new to me, but it's going to be another A take into round 2 here. BOXR working a little bit slow, gets an initial pick, works back in there, and they actually took down the CZ75 that RaZe was holding in his hands, so that's going to help them out, drop a little bit of the firepower out, but Whitehound is rocking the UMP, and Zeno almost just got his head taken off from behind, being a little too open. Whitehound on the push, the UMP is now down, and that is going to bring it on to a 3-4, now a 1 versus 4, tries to push in, Launders with a 2K, Mago with a 2K, according to what people were saying in chat, and BOXR takes 2 rounds.
Yeah, they played that anti-eco round, about as well as they could have. They stuck together. They kept their guns out for the most part. I don't think anyone got caught with a nade out. That's probably the worst thing you can do on an anti-eco is just kind of sit there with a nade in your hands because the CTs are going to try something. No CT team is just going to roll over and be like, I guess we lost these next two rounds. No, like they're going to buy CZs, try to get close to you, do something a little silly. And Boxer, pretty much sniffed out everything they had. One player on the CT side was very close and playing a very weird angle on Horseshoe. And oh, there you go. There's a trade right off the top. I'll let you take over.
That's actually going to be a trade right there. Going down, Locker ends up doing good for his team. Tries to get a second, not able to. Xenos Galil was able to get the headshot on him. That is going to be a bit into the B-bomb site. 4 versus 3 here. 2 CZs up for your counter-terrorists who are going to have to play a big retake on this round. At this point, all they're going to be looking to try and do here is steal a gun out of the hands of BOXR. If they're able to get 1 or 2 and force some rebuys going into the next round, that is going to be very helpful for them, as they will be going into their first buy round as soon as this is over. Whitehound gets a little bit of damage off on Xeno there. Miss Folk tries to play off that, not able to make anything happen. And Xeno grabs one, grabs another. That is going to be a 3K for him. He was going for 4. Launders was able to clean up on RaZe. So a 3K for Xeno as BOXR takes their 3rd round.
Once again, that was just exactly how they wanted to play it. They forced 1v1s or 2v1s wherever they could, and made sure that the CTs really couldn't even get any traction going in the site. And the CTs didn't have guns or nades, obviously, so that's a hard site to retake when you're at such a financial and firepower disadvantage.
Into round number 4 now. This is going to be a full buy round for both teams. As you can see, head armor, kits on the other side, and then we have full grenades for most of the players here, and not opting to go with an op here. No op look for your counter-terrorist team. The same with BOXR, and I don't know BOXR well enough to know, do they actually have...
Xeno was their Inferno Opper. I mean, that's really the only map I've ever seen them on. He seems to be more than confident with the rifle as he takes down Miss Folk. I thought he'd have an op. He certainly has plenty of money for it, but I guess on T side a rifle has a lot more utility, whereas CT side you can play a bunch of angles and let the T's cross and then pick them as they go. So he's just doing whatever he feels comfortable with, and I like that.
And now we have not a true trade in the sense of a trade kill, but Miss Folk is down, and then Eon goes down for his opposing team. And now we're into a 4 versus 4. Xeno very low. Nade does quite a bit of damage to him, and he gets taken down. RaZe is able to collect the headshot there, as Richter is able to take down Locker with his own headshot from an AK this time, though. So once again, trades are kind of happening. Not a true trade in the sense of the word, but kills are going across the board and evening back out. Now there's only 1 player left to beat in the A-bomb site. Rotate happening. Whitehound is in there up at the Horseshoe. He's got a lot of T's to kill in front of him. They're all very low. Gets one. Launders almost goes down. 6 HP and 3 HP. Magoo is trying to push, and he goes down at the end of that. And that's Neon on the flank. Whitehound with the cleanup. First gun round is going to go to RaZe 3D.
That round, it was, in my eyes, pretty much all up to Whitehound to, put down the bomber or, do some significant damage. And he got the job done. They lined up perfectly for him. He was able to scare off the plant and pick up a frag at the same time. If they can win this round and really damage the economy of BOXR, they can start picking up some momentum. But if I were them, financially speaking, I would not want to lose this round. They are heavily invested, and they lost, too many guns last round, 3 guns.
And yes, I'm going to call him Magoo. Half the people are saying Mango.
There's so many different,
Magoo,
Mago.
Yeah, he's Magoo. I don't even care. It's Magoo now. You have been renamed. You might as well add a couple zeros to the end of your name. But round 5 underway here. BOXR still has a 2-round lead off that early 3 rounds that they got in a row, and then first gun round went to the CTs, so it's strong for them. That's kind of set the tone there, and if they're able to continue the way that they're going, they should be able to shut it down. Let's see if they can hold it together on another buy round, because economies will be hurting after this round.
Definitely. The CTs really quickly peeked down the stairs into the subway and didn't see any of the terrorists. So they gathered a lot of intel, picked up a lot of information on where BOXR wasn't. And right now BOXR's, shifting And I think the longer the shift, the CTs might catch on to the fact that, maybe they weren't there in the beginning of the round, but they might be heading there now. And the rotate is actually kind of happening. They're about to peek into 2 guns in middle, and RaZe 3D kind of has them where they want them.
Yeah, this is a good position for them. They forced the time down very low here. 30 seconds left. Launders gets a nice pick working against RaZe to get a bit into the A bomb site. They're going to work in there. They're split now, though, so the rotate is going to be in favor of the CT team. Bomb plant is coming. Zeno is able to take down the last remaining A player that was there, but Locker on the fast rotate gets over there, gets on top of the bomb. He has cover. Only 1 player left to beat. That's going to be a 1 versus 3, and defuse happens. That is how you cover a teammate. Locker, I do believe that was going to be a 3K for him, and your counter-terrorist team takes their second round. RaZe 3D.
That was a huge play. I love that insta bomb stick. He trusted his teammates to cover him. He knew where he was. He was very aware of the situation, and he played that perfectly. It seemed like BOXR kind of just had them, out-aimed and outgunned when they were, rolling their way into the A bomb site. But that's what happens when they stall out so much. It was a problem on Inferno when they spent, 2 rounds or they lost 2 rounds just, not even making any kind of play. And, if they wait too long, the other team it's just easy. The longer that BOXR waits, or, maybe not the longer. I mean, it's not linear, but as you get too deep in the round, you just start, kind of the odds just start dropping.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about it last time we cast. You leave yourselves 20 seconds to try and get into a bomb site. You have no time to gunfight. It's 30 seconds is cutting it a little close. I prefer trying to execute on the 45. And the bomb is actually dropped outside B. Locker was able to kill the bomber, and here comes the rotation. They collect all but 1 kill. Eon left alive. Let's go to his perspective, and he goes down as Whitehound is on the rotate. That's a 2K for Locker, who's putting together impressive rounds in a row here, all tied up 3-3. But as I was saying, you can't leave that short of time because you have no time to gunfight. So if you're forced to fight, you burn yourself on being able to plant the bomb, and it's just too tight.
Right, and even if you can, or I'm sorry, even if you are okay with forcing the fights, if you start to get the, the not good end of the fight, you don't have any more time to audible. I mean, they spent so much time, we're talking about, 2 rounds ago at this point, but they spent so much time just hanging out outside of B that, that's it. Like they had to get into A, and if they didn't, they lost the round, and, because of it, they lost the round. So I'd like to see them, move away from that a little bit. They do have guns this round. They are a little bit more spread out, not just congested in one area waiting. So I want to see them work a pick of some kind of, especially in that mid area with Mago and the op. Oh, he actually just passed it off to his teammate. That's interesting.
Mago and the op actually just switched into
Right back.
Mago's hand. Mago's hand. And look at that, trying to work that into the vent right there. Not able to collect all of that damage, but gets
Look at
it
the bomb
pretty close.
solo at the top of mid. That's pretty gutsy. If he dies right now, that would be really disadvantageous. But here comes the support.
If he gets this kill through, no, he's not able to. Mistfolk got him from behind. Launders falls victim there, drops the bomb in a precarious position there as here comes the rotate. RaZe is able to grab 1, Locker gets the other, and then now we're into a 4 versus 2. Numbers in favor of the CT side. They do have the bomb. Now it's going to be a 4 versus 1. Eon by himself again. He's trying to get the damage off, not able to take down Whitehound, who's going to close out the round with a 2K for his team, and that is going to be a 1-round lead now for RaZe 3D.
That round, BOXR, I mean, used their mid smoke effectively and was able to cross to Cat pretty much uncontested. And then they, called the audible to bring the bomb up mid. Bomb going first, which is, questionable as it is. But I'm not sure why they didn't just kind of continue on their way. I mean, they've had success doing just, straight up gunfights in the A bomb site. And they got there without any heat from the mid player. So, I think they could have just continued on and pushed it and tried to make the most of it there. Wow, that was a nice shot, that last one.
Neon.
And, yeah, Neon's, and, well, I guess RaZe was the other standout fragger, although now he's on the bottom. These RaZe 3D guys are not bad. I guess they got caught a little bit off guard on the pistol round, but they have not slowed down since they've had guns in their hands.
They've definitely picked it up quite a bit. That is 5 unanswered rounds for RaZe 3D, who's just shutting down everything BOXR's doing. Even though that was an eco there for BOXR, they still are locking down these bomb sites right now. They're not allowing them to get extra money, and the teamwork was amazing. The being able to trust your team that much to allow yourself to defuse instead of trying to get all
Yeah,
the kills yourself.
that's like a perfect team play right there. That's like
Yes.
exemplary team play. Trust in your team, and great cover.
Oh, look at the push there. Eon gets traded out after he got the kill on Whitehound. That was RaZe who closes that down. So it's going to be a 4 versus 4 now. Nobody has the man advantage. Launders is trying to work into the A bomb site. Rotate has already happened to A. It's overstacked, and op trades happening there. Miss Folk gets the best of it, though, as it takes down Mago. And now we have a 2 versus 3 in favor of your CT side. All they have to do is sit back. Bomb is going to be dropped over there. They should be able to hear these footsteps. RaZe is right there, as you can see, looking almost through the wall at, I do believe that was Richter, and RaZe is about to peek out. Who's going to get the kill? Richter tries to jump into the pit. Does not fare well for him, as now they know where the final terrorist is. 3 versus 1. That is going to be Zeno. He just got dropped down to a very low amount of HP now, down to 30. They're going to be pushing him. He's got to make something happen here quickly or get out and save his gun. I hit a spot of lag there, and during the lag, Neon is able to get the M4A1S headshot on him, and that is going to be 6 unanswered rounds for RaZe 3D.
While there's nothing, good about 6 unanswered rounds and, in any way, the plus side to it is that they're earning a lot of money right now, and because of it, they're getting just a healthy chunk of change. It's going to allow them to buy again now, and it'll allow them to force, more buys in the future. So, at this point, they're going to have the firepower. It's all about being able to get in the face of the CTs now gun them, just like they did in middle.
Early kill is going to go to BOXR, which is going to help them out. Finally a round where they have the early frag in their favor. So it's going to split your CTs 2-2 here, and now 1 goes down, only 1 left in the site. That is going to be a good fight there. 3 kills for Richter before he falls victim to RaZe, and now we have Mago trying to fight with the op, trying to get a little bit of damage off right there. RaZe was in his face, got some off, not the kill though. That is going to be a B bomb plant, and here's Mago with the op still on top, and why did he pull that out? And I'm pretty positive he heard him pushing.
I guess he didn't know that a Whitehound was so close.
You would had to, but in that situation, never a good idea to pull out a grenade. You heard them extremely close to you. Goes down to a 1 versus 2 Whitehound. It gets taken down by Zeno, and BOXR breaks the streak here. That was only 6 unanswered rounds, and now BOXR finally gets around. Score difference is 2 rounds in favor of RaZe 3D.
In that round, I think BOXR imposed the game plan that they need to. I mean, they didn't waste any time, really. They got right in the face of the players that they wanted to kill. They had the rap strat in mind, and they just went for it. And I like that. I mean, we've seen them kind of wait and stall out and then try to come up with a strat afterward and try to do it. But I like that they started that round with the intention of doing something, and then they just did it. That's confident Counter-Strike right there. They believed in their own play, and I think those are the kinds of plays that are going to win them rounds. They just have to keep it up, and they have 2 players pushed up now 1 player pushed up in mid to try to keep that up.
Neon opens the round, taking out Launders with a silenced headshot on him. Here comes the rotate now. After the trade happens, that's going to be a bomb plant at B, and here comes the flank. Locker is definitely about to get flanked here. I don't know if he hears it. I don't know if he heard Richter. He's going to peek out anyways. Richter gets the better of him, and now it's a 3 versus 2 with the bomb planted in B. Miss Folk is trained directly where Richter is trying to look out. They know Richter is there in the jail. They're going to try and collapse on him. Eon has a good chance of trying to get some of the teammates there, and he goes for it. Gets 1, Miss Folk gets the other. Whitehound and Miss Folk team up at the end there. That is going to be a 2K for Locker, a 2K for Richter, and a close defuse as your counter-terrorist team of RaZe 3D grabs another round.
As far as I'm concerned, that defuse was a little too close. There was actually a second there where I thought they kind of just waited too long. They spent a lot of time outside the site, kind of biding their time, waiting for their approach. And, I guess they timed it perfectly. I thought they were waiting a little too long. There was like, 10 or 15 seconds where, kind of nothing was happening there. And, that's time where the CTs can be working a little more than they were. But altogether, they did it. They reset the BOXR economy. And yeah, it's a really impressive win and a good retake.
We are going to we are about to see the 3 terrorists pushing Whitehound. He's going to throw the grenade. He's going to drop back out, and that is going to be a ton of damage. He's going to get all 3 of the players trying to come A-halls. The rest have worked their way through Catwalk now. It's going to be a 2 versus 4, a 1 versus 4 now, as Richter is able to get 1 kill with his CC-75 auto. Now he's just going to lurk back, see if he can grab another one. Mistfolk with the op is able to take him down, and the score is now 8-4. RaZe is kind of running around right now. They're just out shooting BOXR. They're taking off with these rounds early.
Yeah, I mean, every time we see BOXR get down and dirty in close range with their plays and their takes, we see them, you know, be successful. What happens is they'll get picked from a long or distance shot or a mid-range shot, and it kind of just derails the entire strat. And also, they haven't thrown a single fake yet, as far as I know. I mean, their play continues to be, you know, unfortunately, just a little one-dimensional in my eyes. It's not bad. They're not doing a bad job. They're, you know, accomplishing the things they want to accomplish, but they're just not dynamic enough about it to be catching the CTs off guard.
Yeah, they're not throwing fakes. They're not throwing different looks at these guys here, trying to get them to over-rotate, because we have seen RaZe rotate relatively fast. Lost a player in A. Their support player from mid switched very, very quickly, and they actually just left mid open, 2 over at B, and the other guy just rotated directly into A, so it was a 2-2 split, which isn't bad, but they rotate relatively quick, and once again, they're rotating fast right now.
Right. I mean, they're rotating, or to their credit, they are rotating fast, but the rotates have been 100% accurate thus far because they've had, you know, no reason to think that they wouldn't be accurate. And, you know, keeping the 5-man who is Whitehound still at A while this B take is about to go down, I think is smart. Until they see the bomb and have definitive proof that BOXR is going A, they're playing it, you know, a little conservatively.
BOXR has bid their way into the bomb site. It's a 3 versus 2 now. We have Mago. I just always want to say Magoo so bad now. I love that name too much. But it's going to be Mago and Launders left alive here versus 3 CTs. Let's see who is able to get the early pick. And that's going to be Mago, but he gets quickly traded out. Now they know where Launders is. Going to drop down on him. Whitehound plays off his teammate RaZe very well to get the frag at the end there. But that's a 2K for RaZe and a 2K for Mago. And your counter-terrorist team of RaZe 3D now has 9 rounds versus 4 from BOXR.
I'm not sure if I said this explicitly enough before, but I am really, really impressed with how RaZe 3D is playing right now. I mean, you know, we kind of all have the open team stereotype in our head. You know, we know what an open team looks like, and this, you know, I mean, I don't even think BOXR looks like, you know, the stereotypical open team, but RaZe 3D definitely does not look like the stereotypical open team, and I you know. I mean, unfortunately, it would be to the detriment of BOXR, but I want to see them keep this up. I mean, they're really impressing me. They're keeping the pressure up, and they're beating a team that everyone thinks is good, you know, and everyone agrees is good, and, you know, it's just very impressive.
Yeah, I really like RaZe, what they're doing here. Their teamwork is extremely good. They have a lot of faith in each other, as we saw from the defuse and the cover. They know what to do. They're getting the battles they're losing, and it's just getting outshot, not really outplayed here. To BOXR's credit, they do have a lot of guys that can aim very, very well on their team, and it helps them. But the teamwork, I think, is a little bit better from RaZe 3D, and we're seeing it here, and rotates incoming. It's going to be a 3 versus 2. This is going to be a tough retake, but a winnable one, especially with how RaZe has been playing, as long as they don't lose the pick battle early. And I am lagging.
You paused?
Extremely hard.
Okay, it must be a pause. Okay, for a second I thought I was lagging. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have robo voice in Skype.
Yes.
But no, it is a pause. The bobbing guns is always the telltale sign.
Yes, it didn't just continually lock up. But we're currently in a pause. I'm assuming next round we shall see a player drop, then come back, and we're experiencing the pause now, even though it's
in the future.
In the future, pause is in the future for what we're going to see, but in real life time, it's happening right now. So that's why it paused on GoTV. Otherwise, we would catch up with the game, and there would be no delay anymore, depending on how long the pause took.
Right. Oh, there we go. We're unpaused. It was very quick. BOXR looks like they're on track to potentially win this round if they can hold off the retakes that have been really dominant from RaZe 3D. And, you know, if they can end up with 6 rounds on the half, it's not terrible. You know, that's not a bad half. I mean, worse things have happened. And, if they have a real like tight lockdown CT side, man, I was rooting for that shot.
I thought that was gonna happen.
You thought he was gonna hit him with that?
I
Oh,
thought it was
man.
gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, at that point he had pretty much no shot at winning the round. The time wasn't in his favor, and there was another terrorist alive. But I would have liked to see him hit that shot. As I said, BOXR not out of it. They're not dead yet. 6 rounds on T side on a pretty even map, if not a little CT side, is not terrible. Oh, roller skates. See everyone with the rollers? Oh, they're back.
Oh, I was seeing a little bit of super skate
I love
action.
the skates. Skates are fun.
The skates are not good. But round 15 underway. This is going to be a half in favor of your counter-terrorist team, RaZe 3D here. They would like to make it a 10-5. BOXR would like to make it a 9-6 here, which is going to help them out on CT. And RaZe would like to have the help on their T side. But they've been playing well as a team here. Let's see if they can continue it after that one round that they lost there. But they have not allowed BOXR to get consecutive rounds in a row after they won those first 3 off pistol round.
Right, and this is the same strat that we've seen BOXR run, I think 3 rounds in a row, right? I mean, I guess it seems to be working for the most part if they can hold off the retake. But, I mean, that's just, unfortunately, another just example of, I mean, it's working. So, how down can I be about it? But that is, kind of a one-dimensional thing to do. I mean, I'd like to, I'd assume that they have other plays in their playbook. And, we didn't really get to see a lot of them. 9-6, not great for BOXR, also not worse. It was like an half.
Yeah, that was about how I feel the map normally goes. A 9-6 is pretty decent. I mean, unless you have a just absolutely horrible CT side and you're going to get pug stumped.
Right.
But
yeah. Okay, it is not live, so.
Yeah, not live.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that BOXR brought it back so close, considering how dominant RaZe 3D looked on the rounds that they won. But round wins are round wins. They're BOXR doing what they need to do, and there were a few rounds. I feel like that if they played them slightly differently, or if they, like the round where they spent a lot of time just kind of stalled out outside of B. I mean, they could have been using that time more effectively somehow. Squeaked out a win on that round, or the round where Locker just, super gutsy, or not even gutsy, just believed in his team, had that great diffuse. If the BOXR teammates were in slightly better positions, or if they hadn't rushed the plant so early, they could have won that round too. So a lot of back and forth rounds that if BOXR is diligent enough on their CT side can match, and yeah, they can bring it back.
Definitely. And yes, Dead Hearted, this is live currently. Well, technically, I guess it's live. It's not recorded. We're on a slight GoTV delay, so you guys aren't seeing information as it's happening, so you could screen snipe people. But it is relatively live. They are playing this. We're only about a minute and a half, I believe. No, it's one full round, 145 behind, right?
Well, it'll be 2 minutes in this case.
2 minutes,
yeah.
So we're one full round behind what's actually happening here. And we just had half there. 9-6 in favor of RaZe 3D. They're really going to want to try and hold it together here to prevent BOXR from locking it down on CT. And I think RaZe might be able to do it.
Yeah, it's all going to come down to how prepared they are on their T side. I mean, clearly BOXR had some strats that were working that mid-split pretty easily. They won that round. I think they ran it maybe even 4 times in a row. I'm pretty sure they lost like their first retake and then won it the next 3 times. So I mean, clearly they had some plans in mind. If RaZe 3D also has plans in mind and they can obviously execute them to their liking, this could be an easy pickup for them.
This should be an interesting round. We are getting live here, first round of second half. Let's see what RaZe 3D is going to bring to the table here. It looks like they're going to go for a 3-man stack over there. Eon is the first one to peek out, and did he see the bomb? I don't think he saw the bomb, but there's a lot of footsteps. Kill cam should have shown it. Here comes the rotate and the cap push, actually, from the rest of the T's. They're going to try and bid their way into the site. Xeno, and wow, the lag there on Launders. Did you catch that?
No, unfortunately I didn't.
but I have to say RaZe 3D is extremely good with the nades here, and it's going to bring down to a 1 versus 2 here. Miss Folk has to try and clutch this, not able to. Whitehound with a 2K, Richter with a 2K, and once again, BOXR takes pistol.
Effective nading has been something we saw throughout the game from RaZe 3D, and what happened that round is they stalled out not because they were waiting, but they just faced a ton of opposition trying to get into that A bomb site, and by the time they were able to finally wiggle their way in, the full rotate had happened, and there was just even more backup and resistance from the CTs. So very good on BOXR teammates effectively, and won a pretty convincing round, even though it was back and forth.
Yeah. Let's see if BOXR is able to continue what they've done before. They're playing it slow here, not getting too aggressive. That's actually Zeno over there at the vent, trying to spam a terrorist. That was RaZe. Did a little bit of damage to him, not able to take him down though. But that gives them a little bit of an idea. They know where one player is for sure, possibly rotating back through respawn, but they're just stacking up over at B, getting ready to try and do a B take here, waiting for that smoke to dissipate. They're going to have a good shot at trying to get in there relatively quick. As actually a mid player, Eon had already rotated through mid and actually was checking vents from behind, so he might be thinking it's going to be underpass and pull a player over there and allow them to have a two-man take here at B, and they're going for it. Can they get the second player? Mago is still left alive, 1 versus 4 now. Whitehound still trying to fight and take down Mago, who's down to only 61, and he's not able to. That is only going to be 1 rebuy. Richter with 2, Mago with 2, and only 1 kill on the other side, but score is within 1 round.
One thing that we didn't get to see a lot of, I mean, they did it sometimes out of RaZe 3D, was kind of some gutsy pushes on their CT side. Every once in a while, they would, peek down into subway or, get a little aggressive, in the entrance to B bomb site. But because the map is so wide, if you can get a little gutsy and peek and, either catch a T off guard or find that there are no Ts where you are peeking, it's easy to just gather a ton of intel and kind of ascertain where they are exactly. And so you can kind of answer your own questions that way. And, having Eon push through mid with that shotgun, I think was, a little gutsy, but, it paid off for them. I mean, he knew he had the firepower advantage in that shotgun, and he knew he was going to be getting, close to anyone if they were there. And, luckily there was no one there.
Round 18 underway. BOXR trying to continue their win streak here. Loses 1. Zeno goes down at the end there. Now we have RaZe and Whitehound 2 versus 4. Trying to get into the A bomb site is going to be the last. Oh, excuse me, not the last remaining. Oh, he's going to plant the bomb, and RaZe's going to get there. That is going to be a defuse and a win for BOXR. If he was able to collect the kill there, he would have had a fighting chance, put himself into a 1 versus 2, which would have been winnable, but 1v3 a little bit harder. They did get the bomb plan, which is going to help them moving into the next round, but we're all tied up now, 9-9.
Even scores, and we're going to see guns on all sides. At that point, it was the 3rd round already, so the terrorists, didn't have a plant to do the early buy, but that extra money in their pockets means that they'll probably be buying up the next round, even if they lose this one. So, while they did lose 3 rounds, they are not in a terrible spot financially. And, if they can win this round, then they'll be, once again, they'll be on track to rack up some more momentum.
Into round 19. This is the point on first half that RaZe 3D was able to gain control and actually take 6 rounds in a row completely unanswered for BOXR, which ended up setting them up to win first half 9-6. So let's see if they're able to keep that gun round fire alive and burning that they had in first half. And I like the play here, leaving the bomb kind of over towards mid, working his way out through the door. But that's going to be 3 players on CT side, relatively close to A for a fast rotate, and they are completely setting up for an A take. Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, not that they're going to be pushing into a bunch of CTs, but I like that they have like a set piece in place to work off of, and so far so good. A 1-for-1 trade as they work their way into the site, and chalk up a second one for Whitehound as the bomb is going down, and the CTs are not even in the site yet. There's a free 5 to 10 seconds off the bomb timer, while the CTs just can't even get in.
Bomb is going to be planted in the A bomb site. See how they're able to hold it. Neon is able to get one early. Now Mago trying to push in. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 here. Neon takes down Mago on the trade. Now Zeno, excuse me, is going to push in to try and collect the remaining 2 frags. Not able to do so. RaZe 3D gets their first round, and once again, following suit with what we saw from first half, RaZe 3D takes the first full buy of the half.
And BOXR is actually going to be saving off of that. Some of their players do have a lot of money. I see 5,000 for Mago. Launders had a little more than 38 before he started buying armor. So I guess $4,800. But unfortunately, some of their teammates who died a few times in the pistols, namely Zeno and Eon, who didn't have a ton of money, couldn't buy up. So with that trade in middle that Zeno actually had hit a really nice shot on, it looks like RaZe 3D is going to be pushing their way to a relatively easy B take with a firepower advantage.
Numbers and firepower are currently in their favor. Launders in the middle of the site, falls victim to Whitehound, who's actually worked his way up directly through the jail. So 2-player rotate from your CT side as they're going to be trying to 2 versus 4 here. This point, as I said earlier, when you're in a situation like this on a save, you're just trying to drop as many rifles or any weapons that you can from the hands of the opposing team, force some rebuys, and if all else fails, be able to grab one of those guns and save it going into your next buy round. And Miss Folk might get flanked here. And yes, Eon is able to get one. This is going to change this. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 2. CTs are having to push hard here. Both are underneath. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Wow. That got shut down quickly. Eon, no kit though. So he got a 4K on the round, and I don't believe he's going to be able to get that. No, he didn't get to the corner either, so he's not going to live.
It's unfortunate that they can't, or that they won't be rewarded for that awesome retake. Honestly, if you would ask me before Eon started that flank, I would have said, like, no, just run away with that gun. Take that free gun. But he did an awesome job, or they both did an awesome job of getting in a sight, forcing those frags. And, I wish he was rewarded, or they were rewarded, rather, for that play.
Yeah, the communication end of that play right there on RaZe 3D's side was pretty poor there. After that kill happened, no one looked in that direction for a player they knew had a gun, as opposed to someone that they didn't know had a gun, making a little bit of noise from the jail side.
Right, and the T's did have a bit of an economical advantage getting that bomb plant on the 3rd round and then winning the round and forcing BOXR to save immediately after that. And by losing just 4 rifles straight up like that, they kind of evened out the economy. And yeah, that was, they won't count on the board. Obviously, the score is 11-9 in favor of RaZe 3D, but that round will have a lot of implications.
Yeah, that's a round that will stick with you for quite a while, but RaZe 3D looks to be coming back from it here, setting up for a B take. Flashes are good. Kind of flashed themselves, actually, a little bit. I do believe that was, Whitehound, you have to connect on those shots. Not able to make it happen. Here comes the rotate. Zeno is right there, sprays through the box. Op shot, Mago gets that down, and that take took a little bit too long to have happen. They threw some flashes, they threw some smokes, and weren't able to get in there when they needed to. Let's snap over to their perspective. Neon, last one left, hiding in the back of the site. No one has seen him yet, and Zeno takes him down at the end. 3K for him, only 1 kill on the other side to Locker, and we're back to a 1-round difference game.
Right, and we're seeing a role reversal because of all of the guns that BOXR was able to take out of RaZe 3D's hands the round before. I mean, I see 4,400 on Whitehound, 5,500 on Neon, 3,000 on Locker, but 1,500 and 1,400 on Mistfolk and RaZe respectively. So they're forced in a nearly identical situation that BOXR was. And, I mean, they just got to win their way out of it. Or, I mean, I guess if they wait long enough, if they just lose enough, they can get their economy straight. But I don't think that's what they're looking for.
Early in the round, Launders gets the first kill. Locker on the trade. Zeno gets one, holding the A site down relatively well here. Kills are coming, and Locker does have a rifle in his hands. Made a lot of noise there, so now the op knows where he is, and he gets the headshot there. It's going to be a 1 versus 2. Zeno extremely low, down to 9 HP. A nade will shut him down. That nade might end this right here, and it does. Richter's nade after Zeno's nade ends up killing Locker to close the round down 11-11.
Locker got a little bit too frag hungry that round as he did nade his teammate. did pick up a TK, kind of set his economy back a little bit, and really the rest of this team isn't even there financially where they want to be, so they're going to be double saving. This is BOXR's chance to reclaim the lead for the first time since the original pistol round.
Yes, they are now all tied up 11-11. Let's see if RaZe 3D is able to try and shut this down on an eco. We've seen a BOXR get very, very close on their ecos. Really haven't had to see RaZe 3D eco extremely hard yet, and this is one where they really need to get this eco win, not just a throwaway round. Still in the middle of round 23 here. You still there later? Did I lose you?
Yes. All right. Did I time out for a second? Your words were in and out.
Oh, yeah. We were experiencing some issues there. You are robotic currently.
Mm.
Now you sound
that's unfortunate. I'm better.
a little bit better. It's lagging, I'm assuming. But round 23.
I'll keep my mouth quiet for a little bit.
Round 23 still underway here. Score is 11-11. Slow play is what we're seeing from RaZe 3D, trying to see if they can get a pick early on, see if they can get a little bit of an aggressive play here from BOXR. Now they're going to commit to A, and they are going to get shut down there. Launders is going to get a 2K, Zeno with a 2K, and Richter closing out the round with the other kill. But not a single kill there for RaZe 3D as BOXR finally takes the lead.
Am I back to unrobo?
You are better now.
Cool, fine. I'm away from the robo voice. That's good. Yeah, RaZe 3D didn't get a single kill that round. BOXR holding on to all of their guns. The lowest amount of money that BOXR has on their squad is $42.50 on Launders. So, I mean, that gives them a lot of breathing room in terms of taking risks or even being able to lose rounds and bounce back. So, I would say they're in really good shape. I mean, with those opening 2 frags or make it 3 frags, they're on track to, I think, bring this game all the way back. They've had a really nice lockdown CT side that frankly, they needed.
Yeah, this is going to help them out a ton. That's already put them in the lead here. Now we're going to be into a 1 versus 4 as the terrorists are going to be pushing their way into B. Only one player to beat there. That is going to be Mago down below him. Here comes Misfolk, drops in on him, gets the kill off. Got to get that plant as quick as possible. Teammate falls victim to Richter, and now the CTs are going to rotate. That delay is only going to help out the CT team here. Zeno is going to be playing the angle, and we are going to follow from Misfolk's perspective until something happens here, and all CTs are going to rotate from jail side. Misfolk gets 1 kill right there. Zeno's on top and is able to take him down at the end of the round. So that is going to be a 2K for Misfolk. And now BOXR is up by 2.
Yeah, they're looking just really good right now. I was trying to think of where RaZe 3D has had the most success. I think they've had a round at A and a round at B. So, but honestly, the last time they did that A take, they looked good. I mean, unfortunately they just lost on the Oh, wait, did they win that? I'm losing track of my rounds, but they had an A take that looked pretty good. They're trying to force the issue on B, and unfortunately, they are getting the shorter end of the stick in terms of the engagement. So, they were mixing up a little bit before. I liked their A take even when it wasn't working. They were getting a little more traction than they have been getting at B, and I think they are now realizing that or not may not be realizing that specifically, but they're realizing that. The wall of pain that is waiting for them at B is not going to be pierceable with just their CZs. So Launders actually has his leg inside of a wall. If you can spec him real quick, it's pretty funny.
Let's go over to his perspective and
He's kind of just watching nothing. If you look at his left leg, sorry, I shouldn't have even said it. His left leg is like in the wall. There's other more important things happening. Zeno has been consistent all night with the frags and just continues to do what he does, picking up 2 while his teammate responds.
Whitehound, last player left, not able to make that kill happen there as Zeno gets the 2K though. Let's take a peek at the scoreboard as we go into your final round before we get to somebody's going to be at a tie here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they just look really good right now. It looks like their communication is up because they're rotating and their positioning just seems to be really on point. I mean, we've known all along that they're good at shooting. They've kept that consistent this half as well, and they're now just starting to put it together positionally. So, I mean, they're doing what they need to do when they need to do it. I don't see them having any trouble picking up these last two rounds. But hopefully, with this opening pick by RaZe 3D has an answer.
They could prevent BOXR from getting that 15th round, which would guarantee them the tie, and they're going to go for it now. Locker is able to get one more. It's going to be a 3 versus 2. Zeno got the 2K before he goes down. There comes the drop right there. That's Launders dropped a little too early. It's going to make it a 3v1, and Mago is right there, and if that smoke stays, he's okay. Yes, Neon is able to plant that bomb open in the site for his teammates, and Mago has to try and clutch 1 versus 3 bomb planted, and I think he's just going to go save that. That's the smart money.
Yeah, definitely. They have a bunch of money in the bank already, so I'm sure he could go for it and, still have his teammates buy for him later. But, really it's extremely low percentage. He's never going to get picks through that smoke. Even if he does get one, the next two players are going to put him down. And the AWP is not rewarding when it comes to kill money. You only get $100 per frag with it, so it's hard to make your money back. So holding on to that AWP with $39.50 in the bank, I think is the right play. His teammates all have plenty of money to buy up themselves, so they can keep the defense up, they can keep the guns up, and it was a minor setback, but they can use their guns that they've been able to hold on to and or rebuy to just keep the pressure up.
Definitely. Round 27 is now underway here, and RaZe 3D was able to prevent BOXR from locking up that round 15 aggressive push into the A halls. As you can see there, that is going to meet the bomb. Let's snap over there. Let's see who's able to get this. There's an AWP and an M4 watching into the white halls right now. AWP leaves, Richter's left, tries to get the shot off, not able to make it happen, and that is going to be a nice little bid there into the A bomb site. Here comes the rotate from the 2 CTs. One is already in to the site, very tight. They're going to have an offset disadvantage here coming as all 5 terrorists are going to be working their way over there. Flashes. Let's see if they're able to get the site. Zeno gets one before the trade. That is going to be into bomb site A. Bomb goes down. The nades are so good with RaZe 3D. I don't know if you've been watching them, but their nades always land. Yeah, landing on point. Whitehound picks up 1. And this round is all but done here. 2 versus 4. Bomb planted in A. And it's Eon and Launders who have to try and clutch this. Eon gets 1. 2v3 now. Launders is coming through J-Halls. You can see him peeking out right there. Launders is going to get 1 kill. He's going to go for the second one. He gets that. Now it's going to be a 1 versus 2. Miss Folk takes down 1. Time is ticking too far away. Launders did not even have a chance to defuse that. Miss Folk clutches the end of the round. 1 versus 1. 2K for him. Whitehound with a 2K also. And that is going to bring this very close.
Yeah, RaZe 3D making me eat my words. I really thought BOXR had the momentum they needed to lock it up. They're going to be running a 5 rifle on 5 rifle setup. No ops on either team this round, and BOXR is really financially invested into this round. Or I guess a little more so than RaZe 3D is, as they were able to win the previous round. So if RaZe 3D can win this round, they might be able to very easily kind of volley it into a lead with that very quick mid-wrap. Oh man, that was a slick move, and they're going to be executing on B, where there's no cover from BOXR.
No cover whatsoever from BOXR. Only Mago left in the bomb site. Gets 1, goes for 2, not able to get the second one. Zeno on the rotate. Whitehound is able to pick that one up. And now we're back into a 4 versus 2. Launders and Eon once again. 2v4. Gotta try and clutch this. Earlier, I almost ate my words when I said this was all but over for that round, as Launders and Eon teamed up to kill almost all, and Eon not so lucky at the onset of this clutch situation. Launders is going to get 1, 16 HP on the run, just going to save his rifle. Terrorists know it. Here comes the push. Let's see. Whitehound's going to be your pushing terrorist. Is he going to be able to get the kill off?
I bet he peeks it. I peek that every time. Oh, he
did not peek it correctly. Launders gets 1 more forced rebuy here, but the real story is the horrible economy for CT side BOXR.
Definitely. I mean, some of their Launders will be able to drop a gun as he survived. He has some money in the bank to replace his gun. 2 of his teammates have enough money in the bank. So, it won't be great for them. Obviously, having 3 or 4 rifles is not nearly as good as having 5. But, they have to make a stand at some point. And, you want as much as you can get your hands on. So they're all in right now. I honestly, I think whoever wins this round is going to win the game. Well, actually, maybe not because RaZe 3D has enough money in the bank to buy up. So I think if RaZe 3D wins this round, they're going to win the game.
Zeno with the opening kill of the round, taking down Neon. So now it's going to be offset in favor of BOXR. And both teams here looking to grab that 15th round and secure themselves some overtime. I know RaZe does not want to be there. BOXR probably would not like to be there. They do have a thing for going into overtime and getting wins, though. But it's never comfortable. Overtime is it's not comfortable.
It's nerve-wracking.
It's a hard spot to put your team in. It's very stressful. They do not want to go there. They just want to win and work their way forward. But RaZe 3D is standing in the way.
I like this slower play out of RaZe 3D. I mean, they basically know what they want to do. They were just waiting for the opportune time. And BOXR is slightly out of position. So if they were to execute right now and make sure they don't get flanked by Eon. Oh, man, look at Eon. Eon wants these two frags.
He's hunting extremely hard for it. Can't get one yet. They don't turn around quick enough. And Locker does shut that down. Plenty of time to get the bomb planted. That grenade is not going to do what you wanted it to do. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 on the retake. And Zeno has a 2K on the round. RaZe and Locker both have a kill. Flashbangs very, very well here. Timed extremely good. Ooh, Richter with the good push there. Locker right down, get that. Mago, he's got to kill Locker, and he does get the kill on Locker. Doesn't matter if he has a kit or not. Has enough time to get the defuse, even without a kit. And BOXR, that was a 1v2 clutch there for Mago, and with a pistol, nonetheless.
Yeah, that was. I mean, by definition, extremely, extremely clutch. And BOXR picking up that very comfortable 15th round. And still actually seeing financial problems even afterwards. There's a FAMAS on Richter, a Mag 7 on Launders, and they're going to be facing 5 rifles. So, you know, they had that 15th round, but they're not out of the woods yet. They could either lock it up, or I think we're going to be in for some very tight overtime play. I might even, you know, say potentially double overtime play. And here we go, a fake, moving the bomb somewhere where the rest of the teammates aren't. Mago is going to be rotating off early, so... Oh, no, there's going to be pinching B. Okay. But still, I like the play.
They're going to be running the BOXR B take here. Actually, it's going to be a little bit different. Ooh, and it's not going to work out for him. 3 normally on the BOXR take go the opposite direction. Trades are happening, though. It's going to be a 3-on-3 after 2 went down early. 3-on-2 now in favor of RaZe 3D, and we might be seeing overtime here if they're able to collect this round. Launders and Eon once again. Might as well just call them the dynamic duo now, as they've been having the 2 versus 3. And I believe this will be like the 3rd or 4th clutch they've had to do for their team. And Miss Folk, just takes Launders down. It's going to be a 1 versus 3. 1 versus 2. Is Eon able to get the kills here and not allow the overtime? This would be a momentous comeback and a 1 versus 2 clutch for him. And throws the flash, but runs away directly into Miss Folk. And overtime is coming. That was...
I think he knew...
I was confused.
Yeah, I think he knew his goose was cooked there a little bit. He was running out of time. There were 2 Ts that were very smartly just not peeking him. And, you know, they knew exactly where the CT was. They had a bit of a crossfire set up already. They knew the time was against the CT, and they don't peek. That's textbook Counter-Strike. You don't always need to be the hero who locks up that last kill. And, you know, because they sat back and trusted their teamwork and their communication, they were able to pull it out. So overtime and a very quick overtime kill for RaZe. Let's see if they work off of it.
RaZe got in a very, very nice kill there, opening up the round with that AK headshot and moving very swiftly over towards B. They're going to try and do the BOXR take. This one is set up correctly, though, the same way BOXR does it. That's going to be 3 through the B stairs. 2 are going to go through the mid and work their way through jail, and boom, just like that, they get the bomb site B, get the plant. It's going to be a 5 versus 2 here. And with the way overtime is set up, there's really no point in saving a gun. You should go for it every single round because you have so much money to start with.
Right, maybe an off because, you know, if you buy 2 offs in a row, you could hurt yourself. But yeah, no real excuse to save. You might as well go for everything.
Even at that point, you have somebody on your team who hasn't bought 2 ops, so they can just replace by.
Right, and yeah, just like that, RaZe 3D picking up the first round of overtime, an extremely clutch first round. I think it's really advantageous that they were able to... I mean, this is always how overtime works, but they were kind of not in the driver's seat, as they were the ones who had to pick up the overtime round, but they were starting to gain momentum as the game went into overtime, and they get to continue on the side where they started to have the momentum. I think a lot of that is what influenced that round and how they were able to just kind of power through mid and get up through jail. As they had the momentum, they were fired up, they were pushing through, and it worked out for them. RaZe picking up another first frag for his team.
And here we go. RaZe gets an opening kill for RaZe 3D. As you can see, BOXR is getting very aggressive here. Richter pushed out very, very far. He's going to try and get an initial kill. Locker takes him down. They're going to make a call. That was the bomb that they spotted. Oh, Mago not able to push out and make that happen. And this B-take that they have all but stolen from the playbook of BOXR and using it against him so very well here has put them into a 4 versus 1 with Launders having to try and get the clutch off, but this is going to be a tall order for him.
Definitely. I mean, RaZe 3D is just absolutely on fire right now. They're winning the rounds when they need them. They're winning each individual engagement when they need them. And this was kind of more of the RaZe 3D that we saw, in the mid rounds of the first half. I mean, when they were so dominant and BOXR just couldn't get a grasp on the round is kind of the RaZe 3D I feel like we're seeing right now.
Yes, doing it very well from what they did on the very first half when they were CT side. They're locking it down right now. And one more round, actually, and we're going to be going to the second part of this initial overtime.
I mean, aside from the score, obviously it's hard to win 3 rounds. I think if RaZe 3D can win this round, BOXR's going to have a lot of trouble making the transition to their T side. I mean, they haven't played T side in a ton of rounds, and having to just hop right into a strat, I think is going to be tough for them. But the fact that they've made a ton of progress this round to pick up their first overtime win leads me to believe that they'll have some breathing room when they make it to the second half.
And shutting that down, not a single frag for RaZe 3D. BOXR keeps it close here, and we're going to be going into your next half of overtime. But RaZe 3D did pick up 2 out of the 3, so that's going to put them in a good position here.
Absolutely. This is one of the closer games that we've been able to cast recently. I think in the past we've seen some kind of blowouts in open and intermediate. The Spring Classic games have had some weird skill gap differences. So it's refreshing to see such a close game, and back-to-back casts for me and BOXR going to overtime makes for really fun play. I want to see what they have going on this round. It looks like just another slow take for BOXR, just kind of looking for opportunities. And I guess they're gonna see what they can find. They're starting to throw some nades towards B, so maybe they're looking to do that B wrap again that both teams were using and abusing for both of their T sides.
BOXR right there. That was Zeno on the flank, ready for that. Misfolk gets a nice trade there. Mago goes down. Now Zeno's trying to get one. Zeno does take down Misfolk. That was a big miscue there, but it's going to be a 3 versus 4 now in favor of BOXR, trying to work their way into the B bomb site. Launders is right there. Gets the headshot on Neon. Here comes the rotate, though. Whitehound is going to see one. No, does not see him, but grabs Zeno. So now that's going to pull a little bit of sight off of him, and that's going to free it up a little bit here for Locker. Oh, don't throw that, Locker. They're going to know you're right there. Locker's going to move out anyways. Richter a little too quick for it. Flash does get him, so Whitehound 1 versus 3 needs this round to pull the 3. Backs up directly into Eon, and now the scores are tied 17-17.
That was a really slick move by Eon, making that gutsy push through their own smoke to get into CT spawn. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the huge payoff that I think he was hoping for when he did it. He didn't get a massive flank on, but he made the gutsy move to get through there and get in a position where even if the CTs did something a little crazy and picked up some quick frags, he was in a position to catch them off guard. But he still stayed conservative enough to where he wasn't just going to go, run and, flank to his own death. So I really liked that play. It was very smart, conservative when it needed to be, gutsy when it needed to be, and Zeno picking up another opening frag for BOXR. This game has just been so back and forth.
this is going to be very, very tight here. Let's see if BOXR is able to continue off these kills that they're getting early. Just out picking here, and that's going to be Locker, who finally answers for his team, taking down Eon with an M4A4 headshot right there. And now here comes the rotates from the rest of the CTs. They're going to be trying to pull one over, leaving one in aim. That's one very close. That is going to be a mid call. RaZe, perfect position to make that mid call. And yes, look at that running from B. This might be a burnt strat here from BOXR, as RaZe is directly behind him. Is he able to get there in time to help his teammates? He's going to see him cross. Gets one. There's going to be one directly below him. Gets two now. A 3 versus 3. No, down to a 2 versus 1. Quickly, trades happening. Xeno very low, down to 5 HP. Plenty of time to rotate through CT if he had the bomb, which he does not. They know it now that he does not have the bomb, so he's got to try and play this with only 5 HP. And if you were him, where would you go later?
I mean, he just needs to find a kill. 5 HP is really disadvantageous. The number 3 guy, who is RaZe, probably won't be making too many aggressive peeks, as he does the opposite of what I'm saying. I would have tried to challenge the upper guy first to get that instant pick, but no, he does the opposite. He started out with good results, but he could not follow it up, as Neon hits a nice shot to lock that round up. And here we go, match point. This game has been really back and forth. The lead has changed multiple times, and we're in a situation where RaZe 3D is 1 round away from winning, or BOXR can send it to double overtime. Super close game.
BOXR's going directly into the default B push here, leaving one guy over by the vent to lurk on that fast rotate, and this is going to have 3 players stacked over at B. Listen to that. They called it. There's going to be 4 players already towards B. 5th one incoming very fast. 1 kill apiece here, and why am I not over there for some reason? Need to get over there, and shut down by Neon at the end of that play, and that is going to do it. RaZe 3D moves on to the lower bracket finals.